Guys, working out has been the thing that I've been focusing on during this whole lockdown situation. And this is the first time I actually have been able to talk to a fitness owner, even though they run a primarily women only fitness. They do co-ed events and all that, but I believe it's primarily women only from what I got out of that. It's exciting to talk about fitness a little bit because I've always felt like I'm the type of guy that's not fit. And now that I'm working out more and I'm getting there, there's still a lot of work to be done. I feel like I'm getting there, guys. So thank you so much for tuning into Raw Focus today. My name's Jeremy. I'm your host, and we are talking to Karen Roblin of Kaia Fit Sierra. She owns three Kaia Fits here in Reno. I want to say Northwest Reno, Midtown, and Sparks. Let's do it that way. And she has three. If you're part of her network, you get all three. You can go to any location. And I'm kind of inspired on the way it's run. She was a client of Kaia Fit, then transferred over and became a owner. So she owned it. She took over. And so now she's running it. She's very passionate about it. So you hear her like passionate voice. You'll hear her kind of just be excited about, and she actually cares about her clients, which is amazing. So they right now they've transitioned into online classes, and we talk about how that works and how it's super successful. So they're one of the businesses that haven't had to stop anything. So if you are a client of theirs, then nothing would have stopped, nothing would have changed. You just kept going, and it's really amazing. So guys, that's it. Corona, it's the last day of April right now, and our state just got extended 15 days more for lockdown because our governor is, doing stuff or not doing stuff, whatever. We're not going to talk politics here. And that's where we're at. So we have 15 more days to hang out. Luckily, I, as a photographer, as long as I follow CDC rules, I can start shooting. So I actually did a shoot today. But yeah, worked out pretty well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Without further ado, here's Karen Roblin.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good. Do I sound okay? I can move into another room. We also
you sound fine. I think the technology that they have with Zoom makes everybody kind of secretly sound amazing.
I was debating moving to a different room just because we might have a landscaper suddenly revving.
Oh no. Yeah, that's fine. And even if you do, I mean, it's not like,
natural ambiance, right?
Totally. How's your day?
Oh gosh, good. I found out that gyms are now in phase 3 though, so there's that.
Right. I mean, everything's changing. My wife, my wife is, she owns a salon, so they're in
phase 3. Phase 3. Yeah. Although they've always been in phase 3. We actually had a glimmer of hope, but
right.
I don't know. At the same time, being in phase 1, we're talking to our coaches, and some of them are not even up for coaching. They don't want to leave their house or whatever.
Right.
So to be in the first phase comes with its own issues as well.
Oh, I can't imagine. Do you have video, or do you not want to be on video?
I have video, but now I'm in a darkened. Okay.
Yeah, you totally don't have to. Sometimes people don't know that they're not on video, and I'm like, hey.
Oh no, yeah, no. I mean, I can be, but it won't benefit anybody. I'm in like a darkened room.
Oh my god, no,
so
you're
I
totally
can
fine.
stay away from landscaper guys.
All right. Well, as long as you can hear me, that's all that I care about. So thank you so much for doing this. We're just gonna chat kind of about Kaia Fit and all that stuff. I know a little bit about it, but I'm gonna save that for the actual when we go live, so that you can tell me all about it. But yeah, but before we do that, your trainers, how are they doing, or how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing has been, it's been a shift for everybody in general. We're not only trying to rally our members and rally our coaches, but everyone's a human, and everyone is either also a business owner or lost their job, or their husband lost their job, or whatever the case is. And I think the strength of Kaia is that we're not just a gym, we're also a community. So what we've seen happen in the past 2 months has been a really intense rallying online and through all methods of communication from our entire community, which has been really amazing to see. And while I never envisioned Kaia to turn into live streaming classes and all the things that
Right.
we're now doing, I'm very grateful for the energy and effort and investment we put into building our community online. It was a fairly seamless pivot. We were live streaming within a week. We were posting workouts before we even had to close,
Wow.
just for anyone who was too nervous to go out, anyone at risk,
Right.
as things were ramping up. And so online wise, it's been a smooth pivot, but I mean, we're just affected by more than just someone willing to support us. If they can't pay their bills, you know what I mean? It's hard for them to support us as well. So
Right. I know. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like everybody's worried about us opening, but then if not, through the phases, if something else isn't open throughout the phase, then how are they going to have money to pay for anything? So
correct.
it doesn't like benefit anybody.
Yeah, one of my managers was really sad about the phase 3 thing that we found out, but I told her, I'm like, well, hey, if phase 1 helps like spark the local economy a hair and phase 2 really kind of like brings back a few more jobs for our members or
Right.
whoever, that's all good news for us. And if our coaches aren't afraid of coaching by the time we get to phase 3, that's also good for us. So I mean,
Right.
all the things that can happen, but not even knowing phase 3 sounds very far out.
Right. I know it's like months or something is what I heard. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
and we're starting our we have 3 boot camps a year, and we're starting our boot camp on Monday.
Oh wow.
So we're not holding back. We are all in. We are just using technology, and
Right.
I'm teaching live stream classes. And even if the kids are here, and because my boyfriend has split custody, I'm
Hmm.
just like, all right, everyone, I'm going to be shouting in the living room,
Right.
just at 6
Working through
a.m.
it.
Just
Are you guys on Facebook?
yes, yep,
How do you
yep.
spell it for me?
Yeah, it's a Kaia Fit Sierra.
Okay,
And
Sierra.
yeah,
So Kaia Fit is it a franchise?
it is. It is.
Okay.
So Kaia Fit actually was created in Carson Minden. And we
Yeah,
have about 40 locations
do you have
around
the one
the
in
region.
Fernley or no?
I don't. Lindsay Kreller has that one.
Okay. I drove by there today. I was doing a shoot in Fernley and I drove by it.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect.
yeah, so I saw that.
We're a little bit everywhere. We used to have one in Hawaii, but that one closed before COVID because rents and things that were going on in Hawaii.
Right.
We're all throughout California, all throughout Nevada, although Vegas is now closed last year,
Oh,
or the year before. And then Colorado, Texas, Louisiana. We used to have Dayton, Ohio. So, but right now the franchise has been more focused on strengthening the existing businesses than continuously opening more
right.
and more. I mean, that was
Which
before
is
COVID.
good. Right.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
good
just
thing.
in general, they need to make sure that, every franchise is strong before moving on. I think a lot of times these businesses, they try to push as fast as they can to get more locations.
Yeah,
Everybody
growing
else
too
is like,
fast.
right. It's not
Mm-hmm.
bueno. Okay, and your last name is pronounced Roblin, right?
Roblin like goblin, yes.
Roblin like Goblin. All right, sounds good. Hang tight for me real quick here. Hey guys, welcome to Raw Focus. I am Jeremy. I own Jeremy Lou Photography, and I'm your host with Raw Focus. We've been doing these 30-minute videos, these 30-minute interviews, if you will, with local businesses in town, and it's actually been going really well. And my goal is that I get to tell you guys about these local businesses, what they're doing during the whole coronavirus COVID-19 lockdown, and maybe how you can help them keep going. And this is the first time I have a gym or a workout or something to that nature, because my gym has closed in my area and I've been working out at home, and I have a Peloton and I've been doing as much as I can at home, but I can't imagine people that don't have that. So on the line right now, we have Karen Roblin with Kaia Fit Sierra, I guess. You have 4 locations here in is that right?
In Reno Sparks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 locations.
Really
Kaia
sweet.
Fit Sierra has West Reno, Midtown Reno, and Sparks. And then there's another Kaia Fit in South Reno that is not mine.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just going to have a dialogue. And what I kind of told you at right before we went on live, is that I really didn't want to know what you guys did yet. I want you to kind of
Right.
explain it to me. So, I mean, it's it's not just a gym, right? In my mind, for some reason, I think it's a women's only gym. Am I wrong on that?
It is a women's focused
Okay.
fitness program, yes. So, but we do have occasional co-ed opportunities and events where Kaia Fit has, gosh, we've hosted a number of Battle of the Sexes workouts at the Eddy.
Right.
And right now, out of four, the women have won two and the men have won two. So next time, post COVID, game on.
Right.
And we do share the love workouts where the whole family can come. So men, women, children, and we open that up on meetup.com and all that stuff too. So we do have opportunities for men to kind of get
Okay.
shown up by the women a little bit. But
Right.
yes, it is a program designed by women for women for sure.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, honestly, like I like that club atmosphere of it. Sometimes when I go work out, I know I picked my gym. I go to Anytime Fitness, or the gym that I use is Anytime Fitness here in Sparks,
Hmm.
and I like going there because it's smaller. I don't talk to anybody. I'm one of those people that when I go work out, I just talk to nobody. I'm like headphones in. If you
Yeah,
know me, that's cool. I'm gonna say hi, but then I'm just gonna keep working out.
sure.
Um, but tell me, this is all pre-COVID stuff. Who is your typical clientele, or why would somebody choose your gym over, let's say, an Anytime Fitness or something else that's downtown or midtown?
Sure. Well, I can tell you why I chose Kaya. I had
Right.
no physical or athletic background at all. This was almost, oh gosh, more than 10 years ago. I was 100 pounds overweight and I was too embarrassed to go to a gym. I didn't even own a sports bra. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I assumed I would get on a treadmill. I assumed like I would get on some machine.
Right.
My boyfriend at the time would try to encourage that occasionally because that's what he sort of did once in a while. But I was too embarrassed, and I knew every time I went to the doctor, everyone has their checkups every year, and every time I got on that scale, it would be 10 or 15 pounds or 20 pounds heavier than the year before.
Wow.
And eventually in 2010 or 2009, I was on the scale and I was almost 300 pounds. And I wasn't 300 pounds. So I was like, well, that's good. But then I'm also like, wow, at this rate,
Oh,
within a year or
yeah.
two, I'm gonna be there.
Right.
And I'm tall, and I carry weight well, but 300 pounds is not where I wanted to be. And
Right.
I knew I had to make a change, and I had no tools in my toolkit at all. Like I ate junk. I ate flaming hot Cheetos every day. I ate
Right.
garbage. I
And then you
emotionally
weren't, moving, right? You weren't working out. You weren't doing
Correct.
anything.
Yeah, I worked at the Reno Gazette Journal and I worked nights and weekends and just got fast food for dinner, that kind of stuff. I never
Right.
cooked, none of that. So it was actually a colleague at that paper who told me about Kaya and that they were having a demo class in West Reno. And I didn't even live in West Reno, but free sounded good. 6
Right.
a.m. sounded less good
Right.
since
No,
I
oh
worked
my God.
nights.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You're like, you want to do
Yes,
it, you want to go, but also that 6
sure.
a.m. gives you the excuse to back out if you needed to.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
I can't do it. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this.
I was about to talk myself out of it the night before, all the way falling asleep. My alarm went off, and I was still about to talk myself out of it. It was a snowstorm that night, and I was lost that morning. It was dark. I was still talking myself out of it, driving around, not knowing where I was going. I was
But you
10
made
minutes
it.
late. I did. I was 10 minutes late. I
Nice.
made it. And when I walked in, there's this half moon, like half circle of women. And they immediately embraced me. They walked up to me and gave me a hug. I didn't know any of these women.
Oh, wow. Did they
And
know you
they
were
told,
coming?
nope.
Or is this
They
just kind
didn't.
of like is this like a
This
welcome
is
thing that's
this
done?
is Kaya. This is Kaya.
Okay.
They immediately hugged me, told me they were so happy I was there,
Right.
and we started the workout. And 2 days later, I was sore like no one's business. I couldn't
Right.
even walk. I was trying to walk through another blizzard from the back of some parking lot, trying to go holiday shopping, and was just kind of walking like a little slow baby T-Rex in the
Right.
snow. And that was about all I could do. And I was okay with that. I was just going to get clobbered with snow.
Well, and I do being somebody that works out, and I don't really get the lactic acid feeling anymore unless I kind of go
Mm,
crazy. I love
hmm.
that. That means that you've done
Yeah.
something well, and and then but that's another reason to talk yourself out of it on top of it.
Well,
So you
absolutely. And the main thing for me was I never knew how to truly work out before, how to push to my own hard. And
right.
that's what it was all about. It wasn't about me trying to be like the girl who was next to me. It was, okay, what can I do and what is my level of hard, and push to that. And that's all that was expected.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because you can't, and that's only I think that's what people do at gyms too, like typical gyms where you don't the big box guys where you go in, you work out, and you see somebody doing something, you're like, I should be doing that. Or you see, like,
Mhm.
for me, it's like seeing a really ripped dude, and I'm like, oh man, like, look at his arms. Like, he's got this lift. I have to do that lift to get these arms. And it took me a
Right.
long time to be like, Jeremy, this is your workout. This is what you're doing. But you
Correct.
started off as, I mean, not only you're the president, you're a member, right? So you started
Yeah.
off as a client. How did you progress into owning?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's been a long journey. It's been a 10-year journey for sure. That first year, our first boot camp that we did, I lost 20 pounds in those 6 weeks. And didn't even realize I was capable of losing weight at that point. I'd always been up and down, but I never lost weight in a healthy way. And that kind of lit the fire. And so that entire year in 2011, I just kept doing, I don't want to say doing what I was told, but doing what I was being taught,
Hmm.
having a healthier relationship with food, moving my body, actually enjoying moving my body, not seeing it as like this dreaded thing that I have to
Right.
do.
Right.
And that didn't happen overnight. That happened over months. And over the summer, because that was, gosh, early in the year when that happened. And then over the summer, I was told by the owner at that time, why don't you become a coach for me? And my immediate response was, how much
Mm.
more weight do I need to lose? Because in my mind, I needed to look like something that was a trainer's body or whatever you would think of that in a
Right. So you had
cliche
this
or
this pre notion that you needed to look like
yeah.
a trainer in order to train. And
Oh
did you not
yeah.
feel like you were there yet?
I was about 30 or 40 pounds into my weight loss, and
Uh huh.
ultimately I lost 100 pounds. So I definitely felt like I had a ways to go. But
Right.
her answer to me was simply just keep doing what you're doing. It's not about any of that. Just keep doing what you're doing. She said certification is in December. This is July. You got plenty of time to just be your strongest version of yourself. Well, certification was actually in November. So that
Right.
was a little closer than expected at toward the end. But yeah, I went and I certified and with Kaia and down in Carson City. That's where the headquarters is located. And I just remember not wanting to be the one to stick out because, everyone else had some kind of trainer background to some degree or physical background. And my whole purpose was to show real women that not only can you take control of yourself and your health and your fitness, but that we're all beautiful and we're all strong and we can all do what we put our minds to. That
I
was my
love that.
purpose.
So
So,
I like that you said real women, but explain
yes.
that to me because I actually had a conversation with somebody a few days ago, and we were talking about the term real. Like,
Mm,
is a real woman somebody that has to be out of shape, obese, working towards
mm.
something? Can a naturally fit person be real? So what do you mean by real women?
I would say the entire range of every woman on the planet
Hell yeah.
that everybody is reflected. When, a pride point that I have of my coaching staff is that they reflect, every shape, size, every experience, whether they have many children and they have all the experiences of being pregnant and losing baby weight or what that's been like, or they don't have any children. Maybe they had a bodybuilding background. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they
Hmm.
used to be a runner, but after so many years that your knees aren't that great. And so now they've been focusing on other things. All the experiences and all the shapes and sizes, because that's what our program's all designed for, is that every single exercise we have has multiple levels. So someone can come in 100 pounds overweight like I did, or come
Right.
in as an elite athlete, and they can work out next to each other and work to their hard. So real women is the full range. It's just everybody. It's not about anything beyond. Someone can be fit and walk in and still get the same great workout as someone
Perfect.
who feels like they have something to achieve more so
I
than
love
that.
that. I love that. So walk me through. I'm a new client. I'm a woman and I'm ready to go. Um, how do I get started? Where do I go? Or do I just walk in, or is there an online way, or what do I do to get that push?
Yeah, absolutely. So, sometimes the best way that, especially during COVID, we just recommend to text us. You can text us at 775-375 Kaia, Kaia, or 5242.
Hmm.
because that goes to my entire management team and me, and we can easily get you started. Because right now we're trying to be flexible with the situation that is happening with everybody's finances, and we
Hmm.
want to work with every woman who wants to make a change for herself. We do have a website, kaiafitsierra.com. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/kaiafitsierra.com. We also have 1,000 Women Strong Facebook group. Well, 1,000 Women
Oh,
Strong and my
cool.
boyfriend. My boyfriend's also in the group because he's my handyman.
Okay.
So it
All
helps
right.
for him to get a sense of what needs to be fixed. But almost 1,000 when I think we're like 10 women away from 1,000 members in our Facebook
That's
group.
crazy. That's
Hmm.
awesome.
And
So then, oh, go
mhm.
ahead.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead.
I was just going to say the main thing is that whether they email us at info@kaiafitsierra.com or text us or call us or message us on a social media platform, we're very responsive and
Okay.
we can talk on any medium. So there's no preferred
So
way.
there's no way for them not to get a hold of you, right? So I mean, they can message you on Facebook. There's a phone number.
Correct.
Of course, when
Correct.
everything opens up, they can just walk over there and be like, "Hey, give me some info." So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're thinking of doing this, and here's a big thing, I've always been overweight. My mom was overweight. She kind of went through the Jenny Craig up and down thing all the time. So I just remember her gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. My
Mm-hmm.
dad's Asian, so fit for a purpose, but bad heart, bad cardio. So
Yeah.
this last year or so, I've taken work. So I've always worked out 3 or 4 months and then stopped for like the rest of the year. This
Yeah.
last year, I've taken it to a stride. So now I'm probably the healthiest I've been in a long time. Switched my whole diet, went vegan, and Peloton every day, lifting at home now, but I was lifting at the gym.
Sure.
And I have to say, like, you just have to kind of do it. But having that support system, which I feel like you guys have,
Mm.
kind of makes it a little bit easier for people to stay on track, to be held accountable.
Yeah.
Do you think that's probably, and especially with the Facebook, your Facebook group, I mean, do you think that that's one of the biggest benefits of why your members stay with you guys?
Absolutely. It's the community. So not only do we have classes that are cross training and bar and yoga and dance and
Cool.
lift and oh gosh, I'm probably forgetting TRX and
Right.
I don't know, I'm probably forgetting running. We do it all. That
Yeah.
doesn't, if it doesn't have a pool, we probably do it.
Right.
And we have all these classes, yes, but I mean, I really pride myself on being an owner who can coordinate a lot of special events for our members to connect. So even now during COVID, we have a Saturday social hour on Zoom where all our members can jump on. And before our next boot camp on May 4th, we are drinking during this
Nice.
hour. But, then we're going to try to limit the alcohol during our boot camp when it comes up. But, we connect in ways that go beyond just sweating together at a gym. We have so many different events. We have awards for our boot camp. We honor girls for inches lost, of course, but also, have they improved themselves through our fit tests?
Right.
What about perfect attendance? Simply showing up. That was the only award I thought I could win in the beginning when I first started. Because I'm like, well, I can show up. I don't know about
Right.
fastest 10 mile or anything else, but I
And
can
you know
show
what?
up.
Honestly, like, showing up is the battle, right? I
It
mean,
is.
there
It
are
is.
many a times in my life where I would just sit in a parking lot before a group class or working out by myself, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I left my AirPods or my headphones at home, or my
Mm-hmm.
socks don't match. Like, I just can't do this today. So
Yes, it's
just
and
getting
it's
in the
hard.
door is the hardest part.
Well, right. And now that we're at home, the fact that we're able to do live streaming classes. So when I take them, I have to set my alarm and I'm jumping onto Zoom and I'm
Right.
pushing myself. It holds me more accountable than with a lot of other more traditional at home options that you see, where we also have on demand videos. And yes, we also have written workouts that girls can do on their own time. But the live streaming has really made a difference for so many of my members and even myself, whether I'm coaching or whether I'm
Right.
taking it. I'm pushing myself that much harder and giving that much more. And it's really hard to show up in your own house, as funny
I
as
mean,
that might
I
sound.
no, I agree. I think that's why, there are so many home workouts, and I
Mm-hmm.
know, of them all, right? Every piece of
Yeah.
equipment that they sell on Instagram or Facebook has its own home workout base that kind of comes with it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a reason that a lot of people aren't working out at home. It's just you have the kids running around, you have an excuse, and some people do it successfully, but it's hard and people want that
Yeah.
accountability. So let me ask you, is Kaia Fit mostly group classes set up, or is it
Mm-hmm.
free workout as well?
It's all group classes. Yep. We support one another and it's guided with a coach who's I almost consider myself more a referee during classes. I'm trying to make
Right.
sure everyone's form is good. It's not about me getting a workout in. It's not
Hmm.
my workout. It's the girls' workout. So we are the experience
Love that.
donator. We create the experience. We push the music. I'm a huge music nerd. Thankful for my boyfriend who keeps exposing me to new stuff as well. And I will, for a spin class, I will pull out some bizarre things that just kind of work. And that's important because it keeps them all by surprise. So even when I share my playlist for a live stream class, I'm like, I'm sure there's at least 5 songs on this playlist you haven't heard before.
Right.
And that's
Which
a
is,
good
which
thing.
is yeah, and which is good, like a rock theme or a hip hop or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Or just
Little bit of
eclectic.
right.
Like the Reno weather. Wait 5 minutes. If you don't like this, wait 5 minutes. It'll be totally
That's
different.
that is. I feel like that is today. I mean, it was a nice out day, and then started getting windy and getting crazy. So we mentioned live stream. We've been talking about that quite a bit. And is this something you're doing with because that you're shut down? The gyms are actually shut down, and we were just talking about this as well. Gyms are shut down through phase 3, which could be a
Mhm.
month, 2 months, 3 months. We have no idea what it's going to be. Um,
Yeah.
is the live stream new to you guys, or have you guys always done that? How is that working?
Yeah, so for me personally, I mean, I go on Facebook Live every single week, so being on video in general for me has never been a huge like, oh my gosh, I got to get used to this.
Right,
However, as far as offering true workouts online, that is new to Kaya. However, we've pivoted quicker than I would have ever guessed. We physically shut down Kaia Fit Sierra on March 17th, and by March 22nd, we were able to offer our members live stream workouts, which was really powerful and
that's
really
crazy. Yeah,
important. Yeah, we were very lucky in that sense. And, because, for the past 10 years, because my background's in journalism and social media and online marketing and all these things, I've always had a drive to build our online community because yes, we see each other in the studios, but let's connect outside of that, and that's online, right? And events.
right, right,
So because we already had this very vibrant online community, and because we had this sisterhood that has been just growing ever since I took over in 2018, um, our pivot could have been so much harder. It could have been, I don't want to say it was flawless. There is no pivot that is ever flawless by any
right.
means, but I am very grateful for the work that we have been putting in this entire time to have an online community. And with tools like Zoom, being able to quickly just have these workouts and have the scheduling to keep girls on track and to still provide value for the membership. They're not just paying a membership to donate to our small business. They're
Right.
paying as well because we're delivering and trying to over deliver the value. I write a workout every single day for our girls, and I go on Facebook Live in our group every single day just to demo and explain, just in case there's anything someone doesn't know.
That's
Um,
cool.
and I have never been on Facebook Live so much. Yeah, I thought I
Yeah,
was already
same.
on it a lot.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now every day, as soon as I wake up, I pop on. I'm like, hey, good
Right.
morning. Here's your
You're
workout. And
you're all
that's been,
used to it now.
I give or take, there's definitely been a couple Sundays where I'm like, oh, if I could just chill in bed for a while longer, but I should get up and I should
Right.
get on Facebook Live. Yes.
So with you guys' lives now, I mean, theoretically, your business has it. You haven't had to cancel memberships. You just kind of kept it going. Is that how it's working?
We have not had to cancel memberships. We've been able to deliver value to our girls. We were able to deliver a 30-day nutrition program starting on March
Nice.
30th that just wrapped up. It was all online, and going into our brick boot camp that's starting on May 4th, we're really ramping up. We do a bingo card, and it's just kind of pivoted to what does that look like with online classes versus in-person classes. We have plank challenges and workout challenges and all these different things to kind of focus on, as well as our nutrition and the cookbook that we released. Um,
Nice.
but when it comes to everything, it's really about trying to deliver that. However, the economy has taken a hit, and no matter how much a Kaya sister may want to support us, if it's not possible, then yes, they've gone on a hold or temporarily terminated or whatever that has looked like, and we have been hit. I don't think there's any business that's like, oh, we're doing even better now because of all the
Yeah.
closures. Everyone is affected. However, there's no other business on this planet that I would rather be the owner of during this
Mhm.
time than Kaia Fit. Absolutely.
I
Because the
told yeah,
community is there,
right.
and you need it as a business owner to keep fighting the fight for 16, 20 hours a day. um, it's really important to, there was one day, completely unsolicited, three different Kaya girls reached out to me via text just to see how I was doing, and to let me know that they were thinking of me. And that doesn't happen in a lot of businesses. You don't maybe even
It
know who the owner
doesn't.
is. Hmm.
Right. And I think that's a good business model because, I mean, they're not there just to sign up for classes. They're ultimately there to help and support you. I think it's always good to know where our money's going, even though you're providing a
Mm,
service. I like the idea, and that's how I branded my business. It's more of, instead of just paying for photos, you're paying to help, my son Jetson go to school,
right.
all that stuff. And it keeps the value there a little bit higher. So I love it. I think it's awesome. Let's picture when you're able to open up and do everything again. How's business going to run from there? Is it just going to
Mm.
stop the online, or are you going to go straight back into classes, or what are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, that's the big question, right? So, my management team and I have had a number of conversations on this topic. It was only recently that we went from
Hmm.
phase one reopening to phase three reopening, and a phase one reopening looks a lot different than a potential phase three.
Right.
A phase one definitely would have been a mix of online classes as well as some offerings of live classes, but then we'd still have to wait on directives on, do we have to wear face masks? Is
Right.
it still 10 people max? We can have classes that are 25, 30 people. So there's just a lot of considerations that are in play if that is the maximum. And obviously with the hit to our business, what can we support? Because I'm never going to not pay my coaches. If they're
Right.
coaching a class, I will pay them. So it's all within balance of the cost and the revenue and everything. Phase three, that could be a little bit more of a brighter reopening, perhaps. I mean, so much depends on where is our economy at that point.
Hmm.
Where are our members at? Can we try to grow during this time? I told everyone after I went live and told them I had to close the studios and how that was the hardest decision and the hardest day of my life,
Right.
in March. I told them the next day, as I had time to sleep on it, that I was ready to fight for them. Kaia changed my life. Kaia is my heart, changing women's lives for the better. Because this isn't about like just having some better looking butt or
Right.
flattening your abs.
Right.
This is about being a healthier version of you so that when I'm 80, I can still walk around
Or that you
and
can
do
be
things I
80.
want. Yeah, or I can be 80. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
exactly. I
I,
I don't want to be bedridden when I'm older. I want to
right.
have a longer life. Our women want to chase their grandkids, whether they have grandkids yet or not, because they are all ages.
Right.
Um, and when that's the case, and I'm able to do that and provide this space where women can break out of their comfort zones and become better versions of themselves, any sacrifice I have to make during this time and that I've made all along the way, it's more than worth it. I would do it 10 times over.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. So let's do this. We have a good, like, I don't know, 8 minutes left here.
Perfect.
And what I want, I know, I feel like it's a lot of info. I like it.
It's a
Um,
lot. I talk a lot. Sorry.
yeah, well, that's actually, I mean, the beauty of podcasts. If I have to fish for it, then I'm sitting there like, oh my God, what do I got to ask? What do I got to
Then
ask?
it's painful. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
So no, this is amazing. So what I want you to do is, I mean, do you think this is a good time to start? Any women watching right now, is this a good time for them to start? And if so, why is it now a good time for them just to jump on, even though the in-person classes aren't happening?
Yeah. So the main thing that I would say is that, why wait? The inevitable thing that keeps happening is that we always put ourselves last as women. We
Hmm.
put our kids first, we put maybe our relationships first, we're always serving others, we're always trying to make sure everything's okay. And particularly now that our homes are like our workplaces and our schools and our leisure
Right.
places and all these things, a lot of women are more frazzled than ever. They're putting themselves last more than ever. Stress is up more than ever.
Right.
I'm not going to get into the thing that we all know, which is exercise is a stress reliever. It is.
Hmm.
So even if you don't have a particular goal that you're trying to reach, just simply giving yourself some time each day that's just about you, it's just good for the soul. even if you can't be in a studio with us, you'll be able to chat with women before a class, chat with them after, laugh, laugh
Right.
with women, connect with them, actually see that you're not the only one who hates homeschooling or the difficulties that it presents. Um, all these things that are going on, you actually are not alone. We've done so many different events where you kind of leave the event feeling like we are more alike than we are different. And that's what you get at Kaia. It doesn't matter if someone is 75 or 25, or if they're 100 pounds overweight, or if they're at their goal weight, whatever it is, whatever shape,
Right.
whatever goals, whatever life experience that they've had, they all come together and we provide that experience. But more than anything else, we have that space for them and to give them the information and to give them the education to progress. It's not about perfection. And when it comes to finding a place where there's no judgment, Kaia was it. I mean, I literally went to that first workout wanting every single step of the way to not go. And if I had not gone, I couldn't even tell you where I would be today.
Right.
It wouldn't be good.
It's
It wouldn't be
I mean,
good.
it's yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. Hindsight's always one of those things, but I always feel like, everything happens for a reason as well. So
Mm,
you were ready. You're ready to do it, so you're ready to push. I like that it's kind of like a non-sponsored therapy as well. I mean, you kind of mentioned how, women are taking care of everybody instead of themselves, but also being
mm,
able to go to these workouts, or even just being on the community boards and
mhm.
having people to talk to. And, all it takes is one common goal or one common, hobby or anything to get people talking. So, these women all have, a whole bunch of friends now. And I think it's really cool. It's something you actually don't think about when you think about the gym in general.
Sure. Well, I
Right.
think the most powerful thing is to get a group of women together who are on the same journey. I think that is incredibly powerful. You have that and they can move mountains.
I
The
love
the
that.
type of donations and fundraising we've been able to do for organizations like Moms on the Run, the Domestic Violence Resource Center, which is formerly known as CA, a number of different organizations. We sponsor families every single holiday season, and
Oh,
um,
cool.
there is no shortage to the amazing hearts of these women. And for them to be able to connect and see other women on that journey, I didn't know women could be supportive before I joined Kaia. As sad as that is to
Really?
say, I
Yeah.
really, you have some like drinking buddies from college maybe, and
Right.
it's not always the best experience.
Just in
How,
your own like past circle, you
in
didn't
my own
experience that.
personal experience, I just,
Right.
never really thought much about, women actually being supportive versus being competitive.
Hmm.
And when I entered Kaia, that was completely turned on its head. And I can't get enough of these women. I will work every moment, every waking moment of every day to serve them, whether it's COVID containment or not.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing. So obviously, Kaya kind of changed your life, which is awesome, and you definitely sound inspired, and you're passionate about this, and that's really good to see, especially owning a business. You kind of mentioned this before. I've worked out at some CrossFit gyms in the past, and the instructors working out with me the whole time with a group of us, but they're actually
Hmm.
racing us, and we're not learning
Right.
anything, and I'm injuring myself, and so then I had this bad taste about CrossFit. And
Sure.
so it's stuff like that. So while we get to the tail end of this, can you break down kind of the pricing and how it works with you guys with everything? And then is it each gym is like a different membership, or do they have to pick a gym that they go to?
Right, great question. So the three Kaia Fit Sierra studios, you get an unlimited membership across all of them. So
Cool.
whether you work in Midtown and live in Sparks or whatever, West Reno, Midtown, and Sparks, it's just fluid. Outside Kaia's, outside of what I have, you get 3 free visits a month. So
Oh,
let's
that's
say
cool.
you wanted to pop in at South Reno, you can do that 3 times a month. That's not a big deal. But as far as pricing, we have general membership levels. With Brick coming up, we have the Brick only price for 4 weeks. It's $129, which includes the nutritional guidance, as well as all the challenges and the classes, unlimited everything.
And that's for four
As far
weeks.
For 4 weeks. We typically
Yeah.
have a 6-week brick. This is our
Okay.
first ever virtual, first ever 4-week brick for sure.
Yeah.
Normally it's 6 weeks, but that's okay. We
But
slash the
that's
price
super, I mean,
accordingly.
that's really reasonable in price in general. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. And then our membership, unlimited everything, our top level platinum, we have an intro rate offer for the first month where it's $79 for that first month and then $139 after that. We have a gold membership that is $129 monthly. And then we have a silver membership that's $89 monthly. So the difference between the three is platinum's unlimited everything,
mhm,
excluding spin, because we do have cycle. And
right.
that's just a separate, although that's not a factor right now during COVID. We can't throw
Right.
people on bikes at the moment. But gold is just access to unlimited yoga and cross training. And then silver is 2 cross training classes a week. So our platinum is the TRX, the lift, the dance, the runs, the cross training, of course, bar. I'm sure I'm forgetting
Wow.
something.
No, that's, I mean, yeah, that's good. I mean, I mean, that's reasonable. That's pretty, I mean, yeah, like I don't know what people expect to pay or what they're charging, but I like that it's made for everybody and there's value to it as well, where it's not like, not just like a $15-$20 a month thing where people aren't going to go, I think hopefully
Right.
people understand that, where they, just because you're paying your value and then you're going to actually use it more if you pay more for it.
Right. Well, it's personal training in a group atmosphere. So if you think about personal training rates, you're probably paying $1,000 at
Right.
some point for so many
Right.
classes because it adds up fast. If you break it down, it's like $5-$6 a class for literally a person who is focused on every single body in the room, making
hmm
sure that maybe if you have a bad knee, that you're not doing a particular level of an exercise, that here's this other option that's not going to further injure you or even put you at risk.
Right.
There's that kind of consideration. Plus our coaches know every Kaia girl's name. It's a mandate that we have. It's important to us. And it's not really even a mandate. It's just, we want to.
Right.
It's not like I'm going around quizzing the coaches.
Right. But yeah,
They
but
want to
they care
connect.
about it. Yeah.
Correct. It's all about making and providing anything that we have as coaches to help everyone be the best versions of themselves, whether they have old injuries, maybe they just had a baby, whatever the situation is, or maybe they're pregnant. We can totally
hmm
have we've had pregnant Kaia girls go all the way up until a week. And, or I think of one of
Oh,
our coaches, she worked out with me that morning and she's like, all right, I'm off to the hospital for my
right.
induction. And I'm like, oh my God,
Gotta go have a baby.
go have a baby today, I
Yeah.
guess. That's
You're
crazy.
like,
But
you could have taken the day off. That's cool.
well, and it's funny because when you talk about every level for every body, you can keep moving your body all the way through pregnancy, and then you have an easier delivery and a quicker
Right.
recovery and all these things. Movement is the cure. Movement in a smart way around women who are cheering you on is the way to go. I'm just so passionate about that because yes, it happened for me, but I just see it over and over and over again. It's amazing every day.
That's oh my God, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much for doing this. We're wrapping up here, but before we do, I want to let everybody know that Kaia Fit Sierra, guys, they're everywhere. So of course they're on here. They've tagged them in the post as well. But Instagram, they have, you can go on their website. Is it KaiaFitSierra.com?
It is. It is.
Cool. KaiaFitSierra.com. And then guys, they're doing online classes, so they haven't stopped. So if you've been with Kaia before, your workout continued. If you guys are at home, not working out, wishing you were working out and not wanting to do it alone, this is where you start. And then when they have the classes come back in phase 3, you guys are able to join in and, put some faces to the actual names that you guys have been talking to online the whole time, which is a really good head start and to keep your community going. Karen, did I miss anything in that?
No, nothing other than I'll be inviting you to our next co-ed event.
Oh, yeah.
The
I
next
work
Battle of the
out.
Sexes for sure.
I work out, so we're already gonna win. I just want to let you
Oh,
know this
geez.
is
All
this.
right, we'll see. It's going to be a tiebreaker on that Battle of the Sexes workout. We'll see what happens.
I know I'm pretty fit. Stay on the line. Facebook, we're out. Thank you guys so much for listening. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Hopefully that
Thank
pushes out a little
you.
bit. Yeah. And what I always tell everybody, especially the business wise, is although we're focusing on this during the Corona times, if there's anything, because I'm going to keep these podcasts going for a while, if there's anything
Mm-hmm.
you need to promote, pimp, you have, you're donating to something or whatever, just let me know. And then we'll get you on to kind of broadcast that out. You just have to message me and then we'll just make it happen.
Yay, wonderful.
Yeah. What are you doing the
I
rest of the
dig
day?
it. Oh gosh, working.
Nice.
I already worked out for like an hour and a half this morning, so with the live stream and my own workout, so I feel pretty good about it. And so now I can just.
Awesome.
The hard part though is like you work out in the morning, and then the rest of the day you're kind of like sitting on the couch working, and that's not
Right.
good for the body either. So we're
I
gonna try
know.
to find some balance there, like maybe get up and walk a little
Right.
bit.
Go for a walk. I do
The
these
obvious.
I do these micro workouts every day. So
Mm-hmm.
every time I go to the bathroom, I come out, I do 5 push-ups.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
so it's been helping out a ton, but like just adding things into my daily, whatever that I
Mm-hmm.
normally do. So like say anytime you drink water, you do like 5 squats.
Totally. Well, thank
And
God you're not saying down dog push-ups, because I would just puke that water out.
I can't even, I don't even know if I could do that. I'm really good at push-ups, horrible at stretching. So if there's
Well,
any
then
tips
I'll make
involved,
sure down dog push-ups are on that
oh
co-ed
yeah,
event.
then I'll just quit. I'm out. I'm out. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Have
Thank
fun
you,
working today.
Jeremy.
Yeah, that was awesome. And you can end the meeting whenever you're ready.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so
Sweet.
much. And you said it was already on Facebook?
So it's on Facebook Live now, and then this will go on sometime in the next couple weeks into my podcast. And when it does, I'll re-push that out on the podcast itself. But feel
Cool.
free to share the live stream. There's a couple comments on there, but then people will start to keep watching it as the weeks go. So we see the numbers like I don't know multiply by 500 in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, sure. I should have tried harder to be video appropriate and not in
Oh
a
God,
dark
it's
room.
fine. It's just my face, but the audio is great, so don't worry about it. When the podcast
Perfect.
comes out, it doesn't even matter.
Well, yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah,
I'm like, who cares? And I'm like, oh shit, Facebook. I should
yeah.
have
And
had
the
my
Facebook Live
tripod.
is the Facebook Live is just to push out like promote the podcast itself.
Sure,
So
sure,
I don't
sure,
know how
sure.
long I'm actually going to keep that going, but yeah,
No, I dig it. I
just
love
there.
it. Well, thank
Yeah,
you so much, Jeremy. And yeah, I'll keep
thank
you in the
you.
loop for sure. And I will promote all the stuff on our page as well as your podcast.
You got it.
Yay.
Sweet.
All
All right. Enjoy
right.
your night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.